Hey guys, in this video I am going to show you how to set up C++ development environment with Visual Studio Code on your MacBook. So let's get started. First of all, we need C++ compiler to compile our code, and we need Visual Studio Code. Let's check whether compiler is already there in your Mac operating system or not. For that you need to open terminal. You can open terminal from Spotlight search. Just type terminal here and search for clang -- version. So if you are getting this kind of output, Apple clang version 15.00, that means compiler is already there. And if you are getting other output or any error, that means compiler is not available. In that case you need to download the Xcode tools by giving xcode -select space -- install command. So this command will install the essential Xcode tools, which also include clang. If clang -- version fails, just run this command to download clang. When I run this command, it shows me this error that command line tool is already installed. So now let's start C++ development with Visual Studio Code. So for that we need Visual Studio Code. In order to download Visual Studio Code, just type vscode on Google, hit enter and click on very first link. This will redirect you to the Visual Studio Code homepage. Now click on download for macOS, and after downloading, install it. So I have already installed. I'll open it. So first of all, we are going to open a folder in which we want to create a C++ program. So quickly I'll open the folder, that is C++ tutorials. Now here I can create a C++ file by clicking on a new file icon, or I can click on a file and new file button. So let's create a C++ program. As you can see, the hello.cpp program has been created. So .cpp is the extension of C++. So every time we have to create a C++ program with this extension only. Next step is to add the C++ extension. For that, just click on extension button and search for C++. Here you can see the first result, which is C and C++ from Microsoft. Click on install. Once this extension installed, you can see the disable button here. That means extension is installed successfully. And one more extension I'll recommend here is Code Runner. Quickly download this also, Code Runner. So this extension helps you to run code in easy way. Click on very first and install it. Now we are going to editor and type a very simple C++ program. So I'll just quickly type simple C++ program. So this is a very simple C++ program. To understand this code line by line, what's going on here, we'll see in next set of videos. So now our aim is to run this code. So how we can run this program? To run this program we have two ways. First one is use code runner button to run, and another one is use terminal to run the C++ program. So we'll see one by one. First one is very easy, just we need to click on a runner button. You can see run code here, just click on run code and it will compile your code. So as you can see, code with Arish displaying here. Behind the scenes, what's going on we'll see in terminal. In order to run the code in terminal, we have to make sure whether we are in correct directory or not. So just open the terminal. So to check we are in correct directory or not, we need to give ls command. This will show all the files inside our directory. So as you can see, hello.cpp is here. When I ran the code with code runner, so this is created hello file also. Just delete this file as of now. Now check ls command. We can see our file name hello.cpp. We have checked we are in correct directory. So now let's run this program. So we need to give this g++ source file name. In our case, source file name is hello.cpp -o, and output file name I'll give it to main. So let's understand what's going on in this command. First thing is g++, that means GNU, which is a compiler in Linux. Macos is based on Linux, that's why we are using Linux compiler, that is g++. Now let's understand what's going on in this command. First thing is g++, that means GNU, which is a compiler in Linux. Macos is based on Linux, that's why we are using Linux compiler, that is g++. And the second argument in that command is source file name. In our case, the source file is hello.cpp, and the next argument is -o, output file. -o is nothing but object file. That means we are creating object file or executable file. And one more thing, we can give any name to our output file, hello or main, anything is fine. Like previously we compiled our code with the help of code runner. So behind the scenes, code runner had created object file with same file name. That same file name we deleted recently, that hello file. So now let's run this command. We have successfully compiled our code. So we need to give ls to see the object file is created or not. So now as you can see, hello is there. The next step is to run this object file. We need to give just file name with /. So /hello. // denote the current directory. As you can see, the output of our program, that is code with Arish. Now let's check if we give other name to object file, then the code will compile or not. So now I am giving main instead of hello. As you can see, the code is compiled successfully. So doesn't matter if we are giving hello or main or any file name to our output file, the compiler will create object file with that name. So now I'll give /main. The same output I'll get, code with Arish. So that's how we run the C++ code in Visual Studio Code. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in next video.